Chief Edwin Clarke, I was with Dr. Raymond Dokpesi. We had an interview with him, and he feels he's been threatened left, right, and center, especially by the people of the Niger Delta. Don't you think that is not a fair thing to do for someone simply because he holds a different view from that of the president that you're supporting?
That is not true at all. He has been trying to use his media, AIT, to criticize us, to abuse some of us, mention my name from time to time. And what is Dokpesi anybody wants to kill? Dokpesi was one of those who championed the cause of a president for the South-South. And we went to Calabar. He was in charge of the administration, that we must have a South-South president. We had what we call Calabar Declaration, of which he was a signatory. When we returned, we put into his hand the administration of the South-South People's Assembly. It was as a result of this declaration that the people of Sapita Odili decided to contest Bongata, Donald Duke, Akigbe, and so on. And Dokpesi, in order to carry out his mission, turned his office in Abuja here, which was the office of the South-South People's Assembly, into Odili's campaign organization. And he was the leader of the Odili's campaign, Director General of Odili's campaign organization, with M2 with people like Senator Kohn.
But one of his grievances is that he said President Jonathan is not a man of honor. He was number 35 on the list of those who agreed to zoning, and he felt disappointed.
That again shows how dishonest the man is. He's morally bankrupt. He mentioned that. That was an enlarged caucus of PDP. We took that decision. It was attended by about 53 or 40-something people. If Jonathan represented his governor, a deputy governor is not a member of PDP caucus. He came to represent his governor. And that decision, which was taken in 2002, was breached by people. In the first place, if there was an enlarged caucus, like the recent one they did, it must go to NEC, the National Executive Committee of the party. From NEC, it must go to convention. It will be approved. Let them show me where that decision was completed. It was not completed.
But
look, as I told you, the constitution, the recent constitution of the party, which was amended in the last convention, merely stated under section 7.2 that there would be zoning and rotation of offices in the party to make room for equity and equal representation and so forth. What happened thereafter? The 1999, there was no zoning. In fact, it was four general, retired army general, that put a passenger there. They financed him. The man came from prison. He had no money. So in order to please the Yorubas, that was what happened.
But still,
and again, when it happened like that, Mr. Ono, who has just been elected the National Party chairman of ANPP, wanted to contest the presidency. They said, leave it for the Yorubas. So Falaye became the presidential candidate.
Now, Chief, back on Dokpesi, when MEND issued, either MEND, I want to make sure I'm correct now, one of the Niger Delta movements, issued a statement saying Dokpesi is banned from the South-South. We were wondering why, persona non grata in the Niger Delta, you didn't come out to condemn the position of...
Listen, Dokpesi is just playing on that. The same Dokpesi said there was another MEND which counteracted that. That the men that issued that statement does not exist. Did you not see that? At my age, I should go and join hands. I said Dokpesi wanted, it's a dishonest fellow. He wanted to cheat the federal government. On the Under-17 World Cup, Dokpesi played on the federal government, deceived the federal government, deceived everybody. That he was able to, his AIT was going to cover the whole thing. And submitted the bill.
That is one of his complaints, that they did not pay him his money.
They are not owing him. He's a cheat. They are not owing him any money. The federal government set up a committee. They've looked into those cases. The Dokpesi wanted, and he had no material. NTA covered it in. So if your money is not paid to you, therefore you have thrown overboard what you were asking for your people. Let me say this. Professor Yumare is one of the directors. He's from Delta State, South, working for him. Dokpesi, Afoegba, and Senator Legogi, former Deputy Senate President, they are all from the Midwest or from South. Have we sacked them? It is because Dokpesi is not sincere. It is because Dokpesi is dishonest and is unpatriotic. That's why we took a decision to suspend him and to remove him from the position he was holding. If you are the president or the leader of a group that is fighting, they take the Afenifere for example, because the leader of Afenifere is not doing what the government what he wanted the government to do for him, he is prepared to jettison the Yoruba tribe. So he is a dishonest man. And as far as I am concerned, Dokpesi does not exist. When his AIT was facing trouble, I was one of those who asked my former governor Ibori to inject money. He was facing bankruptcy. He was owing almost 1 billion naira at that time, far away. I went to be interviewed. I was told this story. I came back, I told my governor, please bail him out. At that time he felt that the Yorubas were conspiring against him because he was successful. And they don't want him because he came from the South. That's why the Yorubas wanted to eliminate him from the media. Odili went to help him. These two governors helped him. Today, Dokpesi, the shares owned by Delta State and the shares owned by River State are still there. If those shares are not there, Dokpesi will not exist. AIT will not exist. But we are now seeing that both Odili and Ibori have converted those shares into their own shares. It has to be investigated. We are coming. Dokpesi is not an honest fellow. And because he felt that by going to Babangida, he would now prevent the South people from having the presidency of this country, is lying and will be disappointed.
Thank you very much, sir.